types of sources, the sources can be classified into two types in general. They are independent sources and dependent sources. From the name itself, we can understand that independent sources are not going to depend on anything, whereas dependent sources are going to depend on some parameter. We are going to see what it is. And independent, again, further classified into two types. It is a voltage source or it could be a current source. Again, further, the voltage is classified into two types: ideal voltage source and practical voltage source. Similarly, current also ideal and practical. Dependent sources are of four types. They are voltage controlled voltage source, voltage controlled current controlled voltage source, voltage controlled current source, and then current control current source. So we'll see one by one. First of all, let us look at the category of independent sources, out of which we are going to see about ideal voltage source. So with respect to circuit diagram, we'll try to analyze it. An ideal voltage source can be represented as follows. A voltage source is applied to a load, could be any load, and the voltage across the load is, let it be V, and the current drawn by the load is I, and the voltage source is Vs. Now, if I want a load voltage in terms of the source voltage, the load voltage is going to be source voltage irrespective of, which means for all I values. From this, what we can understand here, because if you look at the circuit, there is no internal resistance for this source voltage because it is an ideal voltage source. There is no internal resistance. If there is no internal resistance, therefore we will not be having any drop. Therefore, whatever voltage we apply here will appear in the load. So from this we can understand that irrespective of the load current, irrespective of the load current drawn, the load voltage V is always equals to the source voltage Vs. So we can say that in an ideal voltage source, in an ideal voltage source, the load voltage is independent of load current drawn. Load current drawn. The same thing graphically, how we could represent is, Let us take load current in x-axis. So whatever may be your load current, the load voltage V, it is equals to always Vs. So we can represent it as a straight line. Therefore, it is V is equals to Vs. Now, we'll see how a practical voltage source is different from ideal. Let us look at a practical voltage source. Let us look at the diagram of a practical voltage source. A source voltage, and it will have some internal resistance, and this could be connected to any load. Let the voltage across the load is V, and source voltage is Vs, source resistance is Rs. Let the load current is I. Therefore, this can be represented mathematically. The load voltage here, Vs, V is equals to source voltage minus load current multiplied by resistance Rs, because we have internal resistance Rs here. Okay. Therefore, in case of practical voltage source, I can say that the load voltage V depending on the load current I. So I can say that in case of practical voltage source, load voltage V depends on load current drawn. Let it be I here. The same thing graphically how we could represent is, if you recall your ideal case, with respect to your load current, the load voltage is a constant, a straight line. This is for ideal case. Whereas for a practical case, if you look at the practical case, here the load voltage is depending on I. For suppose I equals to 0, V is going to be Vs. So same Vs we get here is going to be Vs. In case if the load current is keep on increasing, even this start decreasing. At a particular load current, it approaches a 0 point. So I could say that in case of practical voltage source, the load voltage depends on the load current drawn.